Hello, my name is Kat. Welcome to Love, Drama, and Deceit. We're going to do a recap of The Shy, starting with the ending of season 6, going into season 7, episode 1. And I also have some guests on, Joa and Hitchy Doo. We're going to start by talking about Alicia pointing the gun at Nook, thinking that he's the one that killed Rob, even though we know he did, but he's going to blame it on Zay. So, what y'all think about that, ladies?
Yeah, I think she should have went on ahead and took him out, but it didn't go like that. The storyline got to drag on.
But
But
didn't she? But didn't she? Wasn't he working for her or something? Or they had some kind of, before?
who they?
No, not
Nook,
Tiffany, but Nook and
Nook.
Alicia. Why she?
No, no,
They
they
didn't have
didn't
no,
have one. She
no.
tried to have something going on with Zay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and he told her that it was Zay when he had the gun pointed at when she had the gun pointed. He told her it was. Did he say it
It,
was Zay? He didn't say
yeah,
it.
he
Did
said it was Zay, and he was like, I want him to have a proper burial, so that's why we put him on the step.
Right. Yeah.
And then
Hmm.
he gonna say that she was like, well, why did he do it? And he was like, Nook was like, because they had got into it and he don't know what they had got into it about.
Uh-huh. Yeah. I don't think. Well, I guess I don't know if she really believes him, but it's.
She
But
did
anyway,
evidently because you see what she
yeah.
did. Hmm.
Well,
She
yeah, she
didn't
did
shoot him.
believe because she didn't kill him, but
Right.
she's gonna rethink things in a little bit. And then you got Alicia and Shed.
I'm telling
She
y'all,
wanted
it's gonna be that throw up. Go ahead.
uh, she wanted him to go. Oh no, in other words, Shed is trying to get her to go home.
Hmm?
After they find the body, he said he wanted to run her
What?
some bath, but she
What
said
she said?
she wanted to go tell Tiff before she heard it from somebody else. So and they did, she did go over there and let Tiffany know what was going on. So y'all got any thoughts on that?
That I think that's probably gonna draw them close. Her and Tiff.
Yeah, I think so too. And then, like what Joanne was saying that she told Tiff, Tiff kind of looked at her and know something wasn't right. And then, she was telling her right there, they didn't really let us hear it,
Right,
and then
because they didn't say nothing. They just like their mouth was moving. You just had you already knew what she was telling her.
right. Yeah,
And
we
then
already,
I liked the scene when she was consoling her, and she was in the bed crying and stuff.
yeah,
Now
yeah,
my part was when she first told her that right there. I had to get I like that made me cry a little bit. I like, ah, you
You
know.
was crying?
Nah, I didn't cry, but
yeah. It
it
make you
it,
tear
it
up
yeah, a little bit.
because
Because they didn't let you hear it, but when she told me, she just like, just grabbed her and stuff.
Right.
yeah, and I did like that part too, because that's gonna, like I said, that's gonna make them close,
Yeah.
in the end. But I just still don't understand why, I wish they had changed Rob and not take him off. But oh well, I didn't like the storyline. But anyway, then you got Alicia and Zay and his girlfriend sitting in the car, and they're talking, and he tells her that Nook killed Rob,
Mm,
so
Right. And
mm.
that girl, that's the preacher, what's his name? The preacher Zeke.
yeah,
What's his
yeah,
Pastor
Ezekiel.
Zeke, that's his daughter.
Wait a
Hmm.
minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Who told um who
They
said?
told Pastor Zeke daughter that
Wow.
Nook
She
shot
was the one.
uh
Yeah.
Rob.
Yeah. Hmm.
Mm, mm,
Yeah. Yep, and he
mm.
did tell her, and he shouldn't have told her
Yeah,
that,
he
because that's
did.
like
I
in
remember now.
her
I remember.
inlet. He shouldn't have told her that, because that involves her in that situation.
Yeah.
Because there's no way for him to find out that he told her now that he did. But as long as she keep her mouth shut,
But I wonder if she gonna tell her father, and her father's gonna have to up on Nook. You know
there
what I'm
you
saying? Because they
didn't think
working
about it like
together.
that. Yeah, yeah, I didn't think about that, because Nook said he didn't want to launder no money to the church. So that might be, you got a good point there, Lisa. And then you got Alicia and Tiff. Okay, we already said that, what she was telling Rob, tell her about Rob was dead. Uh, and then you got Nook and
That's
Zay
like,
and Bakari.
can y'all
You
hear
know,
me? Can y'all hear
yeah,
me?
yeah, we're here.
Okay, my earpiece done went out. But
So you
it
got
ain't me.
Bakari, Zay, and Nook. You know how they were standing there talking, and
Right.
Zay got up in Nook's face. You know, he kind of disrespected him. And, you know, I mean, that was his cousin. He said he don't want to, he can't take his cousin out. You know,
He might as well had because he did that backstab. Oh well, we ain't got that far yet,
no,
but
mm-mm. So no, we ain't got that far. He just said he was laying down the law and the rules and the regulations. You
yeah,
know,
because they wanted to be work side by side, and he was like, "No, he the chief. Basically, he the head honcho. He don't want nobody, you know."
right. He don't want no partners. He don't want nothing. He just wants to be that man. He just, like you say, he don't even have that look like Duna and the other man before him. You know, but I don't know. You can't be scared and then be a killer. I'll tell you that. But he wanted Zay gone anyway. He don't
Because
he
I
didn't
think Zay
respect.
was a threat.
Yeah, yeah. I think he was a threat. He was kind of weak and he was all over the place and he didn't need nobody like that in his with him. And then you got we talked about then we got Tiff and Alicia again crying together. That's when she was laying in the bed. You know they were crying together over Rob to death. You know.
You
And
talking
then
about
Tiffany and Alicia when you talking about they were laying in the bed and they were crying together. You
Oh
know.
yeah.
Yeah. Over Rob's death. They was having a moment. And then we got Bakari and the professor. You know, Bakari wanted to write a book, and he's helping him to get that scholarship. He said he could help him to get
Right,
it.
cause Bakar he went to him because he said he didn't have a place to stay, and he asked him could he stay with him.
Yes, he did. Yes, and he told him what happened to his girl. He didn't really say nothing, respond on that. But she gave him a choice. It's either them, and I don't really blame him. I don't think anybody got time for all that.
But I think the professor asked him did he know anything about due to death,
Mm-hmm.
He
and
didn't
he
say
didn't
anything
say
to him.
he
He
didn't
didn't
say
say nothing
nothing.
to him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he just got that look in his eyes, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. And he kind of when he said that, he already had his answer. You know, he
He
said, "I
said, yeah,
want."
he said, oh wow. He said, oh wow, like that, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
But he don't believe that he did it. He just know he knows something about it.
yeah. Yeah, I think didn't he ask him direct? Did he do it? No, he didn't. I don't
I
think he
don't
did.
think he did. I don't recall
Okay.
him asking him did he do it.
Mm-mm, I don't
Yeah,
remember
he
either.
asked
No.
him what did he know about it.
Mm-hmm.
And then you got an episode there where Tiff is thinking about Rob. She
Oh
might have,
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
she
That now
seen
that was a teary eyed moment, you know.
that was crazy when she was looking at Coolie High and her mama coming down like, come on, look at this. She looked at Coolie High.
yeah, you didn't really need to be looking at that, but
But I
That
think
happened in
that scene,
Chicago.
I think that scene meant something, you
Yeah,
know.
yeah, it probably did. Yeah,
Yeah, I think I believe that scene meant something, you know, because
with that boy getting that
what was
scholarship.
his name? Chief. He had
Mm,
got that scholarship,
yeah,
remember, and then he
yeah.
got
Coach
killed.
Chief, Coach Chief.
Coach
Yeah.
Chief. Yep. So I believe that scene meant something.
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. So
So
she was
that's
kind
why
of,
they were showing it.
yeah. It's always a message in something, when they're showing it. And
But her
then
mama told her, "Why you looking at that?"
yeah. Next, Emmett Darnell having a drink. Emmett and Darnell was having a drink.
Yeah.
Together sitting there. I guess that when he went over. Uh, right, they was toasting to Rob. That's what they were doing.
Mm-hmm.
They had the ladies there. So
Yeah.
that was Emmett and his dad was toasting to Rob. Death, but they didn't really show that too long. But then we got Keisha and Tiff, uh, and her mom, who was that, Dolly and Nina, and all the ladies. They was wasn't they sitting on wasn't they all there at Tiff's house or they was at where was they at? Uh, y'all don't remember that scene?
What?
Keisha was at Tiff's house,
And then
and
what?
and
What
then you
happened?
got Dolly and Nina. Well, Dolly, her mama and Emmett's mama. Were they there? I think they was there at that house, at the house at that time, wasn't they? So they all was at Tiff's house.
I'm trying to think. I'm about to go back and look at that. Nisha, you don't know? Oh, she not on here. What happened?
Oh,
I'm gonna have to come
I'm gonna
back to it. It's
call.
1 o'clock.
Okay, I'm
Okay,
gonna
okay.
listen.
Okay. Go ahead. I'm gonna go make this call. Okay, you know I gotta make that call.
Okay. Oh,
Hello?
yeah, what happened? Oh, okay.
My phone, cause somebody called my phone and it cut off.
Okay, okay. So Joanne had to dip out.
Okay.
Okay. So we was on the scene where Keisha is at Tiff's house, and I think what Dolly and Nina they all was there, and the
Yeah,
ladies
well,
was they
yeah.
there?
Yeah,
Okay,
Nina,
and
what is
Dolly. Oh, that's Tiff's
Tiff's mama and
not Tiff's mama. It was Keisha's mom. Yeah, her mama named Dolly. Yes,
her
Tiff's
mama
mama named
named Dolly. I'm trying to think what Emmett mama name is. I don't
Nina. Ain't
forget.
her name Nina?
Is it? No, I thought Nina was the other lady. Is it Nina?
And then that other lady, light skinned lady with the long hair, I couldn't think of her name. I just put the other lady. I couldn't think of her name for nothing.
What is Emmett mama name? Um,
But anyway, that we can go. But anyway, they were just sitting there, and they was comforting Tiff. The ladies was. They were just basically what they were doing was just comforting her and trying to make her feel better. And then
her name is Jackie, right?
one of them named Jackie. Yeah.
Jackie, I'm saying, yeah, Nina is Emmett mama.
Okay. And then Jackie is the other lady, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh yeah. So that was they was at Keisha's house, and it was Dolly, Nina, and Jackie. And Keisha was there as well. They were just confident Tip. Uh, while they all was sitting there on the chair.
Okay, I'm back. We all back, huh?
Yeah, we all back now. Okay, then you got Pastor Zeke and Charles and Victor. Charles is that guy that's blackmailing that made him come back. Charles is the one that's blackmailing the
The
pastor.
preacher. The preacher.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
preacher,
Yeah.
Zeke. I call him Zeke because that's what they call him. Ezekiel.
Mhm.
Ezekiel is his name. But
Mhm.
Charles is the one that was blackmailing him. But he gave him
Mm.
his job back, told him he know where all his bodies was hid. And then he
Mm.
wanted him to go and talk to he said they want him to go and talk to the people. Charles actually didn't want him to go do it. He said, nah, he was going to do it himself. And he wanted to go talk to Nook. But I guess Charles wanted to do that too. But he said, no, he'll handle that part. He's talking about they do more than just take tithes. I said, oh, but go ahead. What y'all thoughts on that?
Yeah, it's just something about Charles. I don't know what it is and what kind of bodies he got on Pastor Zeke, but yeah, that Charles is he up to something. I don't know what, but he up to something.
Yep. And he did the right thing by not letting him go and talk to Nook because ain't no telling what he would have said, what kind of deal he would have made with him behind his back. But he told him no, he didn't want to do it. Nook said he not, you know, so he didn't want to launder money through there anymore. He didn't want to do that. So he just said that, what did he say they want to do for him? I forgot what he said. Um, but that's, what we just
Oh,
said.
pray for him or something.
Yeah. Okay. And then you
Give
got,
him some type of therapy.
right. Mm-hmm. Yeah. In other words, Pastor Zeke was saying they want them to get out back out in the community and talk to the people instead of just staying at the church. Like a lot of these pastors do today. They don't go out in the community. They just stay back there and collect money off of folks. And nothing but a business in the first place. But if there's any pastors out there like a Pastor Zeke, a lot of people just need to stop going to church and stay home. That's awesome. But anyway, uh, okay. Then you got Alicia and Rosalind, and they talking about doing a funeral.
And Bianca, yeah, Bianca, Rosalind, and Alicia.
Yeah, they're talking about They talk
I
about
like
doing his funeral, and
I like that part where she was like, the only reason I come to make sure he dead.
Wow.
and she said,
Wow.
and that good lady actually said, "How do you feel?" And she said, "She didn't feel no, she don't have no qualms about it. She didn't feel nothing about it. She just don't want them to come back on her, down on her, Roger." And then she
Oh, you talking
actually
about
asked
what's
her,
her
say,
name from off of Friends?
yeah, and she said,
Yeah,
"Do
her
you
name
know?
Bianca.
Do you not want to
Yeah.
know who killed him?" She ain't interested in that. She
She
don't
said she
care who
got a
killed
killer, when
Mm,
they asked her what she gonna do. Is
him.
she gonna go try to kill him? She said, I gotta kill him. I'm not doing nothing. She ain't doing that.
mm,
She ain't got time for it.
mm.
And then,
But
and
she
then
Yeah,
sure
that
shit.
was I liked that part when Alicia was like, yeah, I go to make sure he dead. And Bianca was like, yeah, she'll go,
Mm, mm, mm.
yeah, so then they asked Alicia. She said they told Alicia, well, you need to grieve a little bit before you start, trying to get revenge. She said, hey, I'll grieve after I get my revenge after I kill who killed my son. Eye for an eye,
Yeah,
so to speak.
yeah.
My thoughts is I'm taking this back to the beginning. When Nook told her that they put the body on the step, she should have shot him too.
Mm-hmm.
Because he
Yeah,
was
Mm-hmm.
accessory.
exactly. Talking about she wanted him to have a proper burial. Yeah, that's crazy. You gonna
That
shoot
would have made
somebody?
me mad.
Yeah, hey, could have just called her, could have come and got him, or whatever, or something. Wow.
Mm-hmm. And
Imagine
then
laying.
that's his cousin, so he a mess too now. That was something else to tell on your cousin, to lie on your cousin. That's some shit right there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then you got
Yeah, because he dirty. He was dirty for that.
That's dirty as hell. That's why I can't say how he well that's his son. So I guess he will be kind of gentle with what's his name because he like Emmett. you know, but that's kind of crazy. It was funny though when he pulled his hand out his pocket and Emmett jumped. He like, man, what's wrong with you? I'm just getting my phone.
Emmett don't know what to expect. Yeah.
Exactly.
But once they find out he killed Rob. That's gonna change everything. Oh, the whole dynamic gonna change.
What he said, he was like something about long as you don't disrespect me or something. Did he say that?
Yeah,
Disrespect me?
that's what it said. Yeah.
And Emmett was like, well, what that mean? What's
Yeah. Explain
disrespect?
what you mean, so I know not to do it.
Right. What's
Exactly.
disrespect?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So then you got we back to Charles and Zeke again. Yeah, talking about well, we already discussed that. That he said that he wanna they do want to do more than just collect tithes. Get out in the community and do like an outreach for people to
Right.
come in that need service. Need like you say, therapy or whatever. Uh, and
Hmm.
he actually who's gonna be in charge of the cash flow. And he said, and Charles know he's not gonna be in charge of it. What near his money.
Don't you think didn't that guy named Nook or whatever the heck say that he wanted to be working that him and Alicia gonna be working together or something? Not Alicia. Yeah, Alicia working together. Didn't he say that to her?
That was in six, Joanne.
And what?
That
Well,
was in
okay.
six.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, Niecy. I can go back there, I ain't been watching like y'all have, all right?
But anyway, he said that he wanted to build a relationship with Nook, and that's why he went to go and talk to him. You know. Then you got Tiff and Keisha again. She's calling Tiff. I mean, yeah. They wanted Emmett to talk to her about Emmett taking EJ for a time because she's not right in the right mind space to take care of him.
That
And
kid, that kid grew up fast, didn't he?
mhm.
He
Yeah, and
did.
Keisha
He
said, and
thick.
Keisha
He
said
was thick.
that she was fine with it, but she said Emmett might not be. He'll be fine with it, but he'll be upset because he already got a house full of kids. But that is his son. So,
Yeah. How many kids? Ain't nobody in there but the Keisha's son. Keisha's son, right?
Well, you got
Yeah, just Keisha's son and she pregnant. That he's saying that might be
Oh.
too much on her.
Oh.
yeah, but he did anyway. He chose to, which I knew he was anyway. Yeah.
Wow.
Then they went back to Nook and the pastor Zeke. What he said, I know we already discussed it, but I think we kind of got ahead of ourselves.
Hmm.
When he said he wasn't going to launder money to, Nook told him, he said that he's not going to let launder money
Yeah.
to church anymore.
Yeah.
You,
Mm-hmm.
you spoke on that part.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm trying to go in order, so when she put the pictures up, she can cut this part out right here. I'm trying to stay on task, but I know we're going past, the stuff. But yeah, and then back to the professor, talk to about the you say his wife. What's the pastor's wife's name? Not the pastor,
Mm-hmm.
professor.
She's a judge. I know that. I'm
Yeah.
not
Yeah. His
sure what
it's
her
his
name
wife,
is.
right? It's his
Yeah, that's
wife,
his
right?
His
wife.
Yeah.
wife. Yeah, and they gonna and she was talking to him about getting that scholarship for Kari,
Mm-hmm.
and they had to
She
talk to
gonna give it to.
Alicia.
Well, yeah, she did
No,
give
yeah,
it to him.
they told me you have to talk to Alicia. She gives people scholarships and stuff like that. And that's pretty much what they was talking about.
Wait till Lisa find out.
Yeah,
She better go test that thorough. That's what she better go do.
yeah. And then you got said and Bakari, they went uh, talking about Zay, you know, where's Zay? In other words, Shay had asked Bakari, did he know where Zay was? What did he say? I don't remember what he said. What did he say to him?
Um,
He said
he
he
needed a
booked.
favor, and he was like, basically, how many favors you gonna keep asking me to give you? You know,
Mm-hmm.
and and he asked him, yeah, he trying to find Zay,
Mm-hmm.
and guess he gave him that information because that was it.
Yes, that was it. He once again it to him.
Mm-hmm.
And, and then back to where y'all was talking about where Emmett Nook was watching TV, Joanne,
Mm-hmm.
and Emmett told him, "Say, body's dropping like like crazy."
Yeah.
He said, of course he asked who was, he told Emmett, of course I'm the boss, and
Yeah.
like he was talking about, then he told Emmett, as long as he don't disrespect him,
Yeah.
and he told him to define disrespect. That's what he said, Lisa. He told
Hmm.
him to define disrespect. He told him he shouldn't have to. That's what he told him. He said, I shouldn't have to define disrespect. I think you need to define it because I ain't trying to
Right,
cross no
because
lines with
I
you.
want to know
My
what
do's and
is
don'ts.
what's your definition.
Exactly.
So, I can't say nothing, Can I am I able to say something to you? Maybe that could be disrespect. What is it?
Yeah, I need to
Yeah,
know.
Nuck yeah, he crazy.
Yeah, he is crazy.
That power done went to his head.
Yeah, already. And then, he was there to pick up his son and take him to Garfield Park. And then he asked Emmett to go with him. They had a good time. That was kind of touching moment. They both standing there, even though Emmett is, he found out that he wasn't his father, and he, he's not stepping in, not standing in the way of it. He wanted to, they had a good time at the park because when he told him to go to the park, I was kind of weary myself. I would not go nowhere with him, but he's not going to do anything to hurt his son. I can see that.
Right.
So the park was kind of nice statement to called Garfield Park. Yeah. Then you got
Yeah.
anything else on that, y'all?
No, because I
You
want to
got
go back to a scene.
okay. Let's see if we're gonna get to it. Then because once we get through going through everything, then we're gonna just talk. And then you got Jake and Zay. He said he didn't want to deal with him anymore. Jake, I guess Jake. So 'cause him and Jake got into a fight where went to go
Right.
pay him off, and
Jake got
Well, he
his
kicked his butt.
Wade caught him off
he
guard.
got his
Well,
ass
no, he
fat
didn't catch him off
whooped.
guard. He put the gun in Jake. Well, Jake grabbed him first, because Jake didn't want the money, and he took it
Yeah.
back, and and because he said he didn't want to
Yeah.
deal with him anymore. And then that's when Jake grabbed him, and then he put the gun in Jake's face and beat him. He pistol whipped him. Is what he did.
He sure did. Hmm.
Yeah.
And then what's name gonna go?
Go ahead.
And you're talking about his Jake's brother.
Yeah.
He a
Yeah. He said.
wimp though. That was kind of like he a wimp. I believe.
Yeah.
Who you
But
talking
yeah.
about, Victor?
Yeah, he a
I
wimp.
don't, he trying to change his ways,
Right.
because
Mm.
that's he used to be a killer.
Mm-hmm.
He
So
wasn't
that's,
hard, but that other brother was harder than him though. That first one they got here, he was
well,
harder than
I
Jake's brother.
don't think so.
Ridge, girl, Ridge
Yeah.
was. That's
Yeah,
what
But did you
he
see
was
the
crazy, but I
beginning
don't
though? Did you
think
go
so
back to the
because I
beginning and see?
think
Ridge
Victor
was
was
stupid.
more of a what you call them, people that just kill people, they get paid
You gonna
for
put
it.
something on your
Because
face?
he was in jail for a minute.
Let him know you
Mm-hmm.
like.
Yeah. What to call him? I know Hitman.
A hitman, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. So yeah, that was but yeah, he
Because
he tried to put on some
they was more scared of Victor than when he first came.
right.
That's his
Mm-hmm.
name was called Trig out in the streets.
Right. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they was more afraid of him, but since he ran for mayor, they
The
kind of toned it down a little bit. He
other
not.
just seemed more,
Just going back to
man.
see the brother was scared of Duda.
Mm-hmm.
Craig wasn't scared of Duda.
Right.
Well, he didn't, but he didn't want to deal with Duda. He didn't deal with Duda either,
He was scared of Duda. He was working
Well,
for Duda. What are you talking about?
well, I mean, oh, he was. Oh,
Yes.
okay. But he still, I don't know. Boyfriend problem. Well, I ain't gonna say nothing though. Go on.
Okay. We got then you got Alicia and Bakari talking about the scholarship. Him wanting the scholarship, and she asked him why should she give it to him, and
He had a
he
guilty
said he
look
didn't
on
want
his
to
face.
disappoint her.
Right.
And
When she
she told him nothing comes for free.
right. But when she was asking him the question, he just looked so guilty. Like,
Mhm.
he had that
Yeah,
guilty look.
I don't know. I don't understand people's soul. I mean, what kind of soul do you have to just sitting there knowing that y'all done killed? Well, you didn't have no, you didn't do it, but
Well,
knowing
he
what happened,
said,
and then you're gonna,
right.
it's
He said
but
the reason why he killed somebody because that person killed someone he loved.
right,
And she said she understand.
yeah, okay, and that's when she said she would go ahead and give him the scholarship. So he did get the scholarship. Okay,
Um, then that girl that know about Rob getting killed. I bet you gonna kill her. You
we're
know
talking about. We're talking about.
that nub is your buck or whatever. Buck if you nuck
Oh,
or
you
what?
talking about the one? You talking about Zay's girlfriend?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. As long as she
No,
can
see
come back.
what's gonna be. I don't know. Is we about finished? Because I got so much to say.
Okay, we are. Okay, and then we got Alicia said, and Zay and Michelle. Michelle is the long hair. Who is Michelle? That's the one that hangs with Alicia, right? Ain't her name Michelle?
No, her name Bianca.
Okay, the Bianca. So Michelle is the other lady with the light skinned lady with the long hair. Then I got
So
Michelle.
who was Jackie then? Jackie is Emmett Mama.
Okay, so we were going to worry about the names right now. Alicia said and Zay and Michelle. Uh, so we don't even have to discuss that because that's just repetitive. They just thinking about, uh, how they're showing scenes and stuff about Rob thinking about, killing him. So tell Sade you can just edit that part out because it really ain't nothing. Okay, then you got what Keisha telling Emmett about Tiff wanting him to, we already discussed that about him wanting him to take the baby.
When they had their moment and he kissed her on the cheek and stuff.
Yeah. Uh,
And what else? What was next?
okay, we already talked about Emmett being in the car with the little boy. Okay, so we got the Jake.
So did you
But
talk about Bakari when he met up with Nook?
not yet. We ain't got that far yet. I got two more pages. Okay, then I'm right here where it says Emmett asked his brother what had happened. while he was wearing
Mm,
shades. And I
mm.
forgot what he said. And then he asked him had he been crying. He said no. And then once he took the glasses off, well, he saw his lip at first, and then he said, "What happened to your lip?" And then he took the glasses off, and that's when he seen that he
Yeah,
had black eye. And then
yeah.
he told Jake that he was gonna go take care of it. You know.
And Jay was like, leave it alone, man. I don't care. You know, I gave him back his money.
And he told him, "So why'd you do that? Why'd you give him the money back?" And you know, he said he
Wanted
just
to
didn't
be
want to deal
done
with
with
it.
him.
And I guess that's a code. Once you get the money, you got it. You know, if you borrowing it from the street, you know,
That's
they don't. They
crazy.
don't. Most men, people don't take that money back, but he took it back.
Ain't that what happened on Ice Cube on the barbershop? Was it?
So yeah, he ain't taking that money back. No, you keeping that. Yeah, so yeah, they
Wow.
talked about that.
Yeah. Yeah, that's some crazy stuff. That's some crazy street stuff. You know what I'm saying? But they be wanting that interest, though. I guess, huh?
Yeah, they be wanting that interest. Yeah, that's what it is. So they want money, pay it back, and stuff like that.
I
So we
never,
can
I
go ahead
never.
and just talk about whatever, so jump right in and go ahead and give our thoughts and opinions. Okay, let me see,
Well, we forgot to. Okay, we got to get to where Barkari met up with Zay. I mean,
okay,
not Zay. I'm
okay,
sorry. Barkari met up with Nook,
okay.
and he asked Nook, was he the one who told that about? Was he the one who killed Zay? Right? And he
Hmm.
said no, he can't kill family. But you was the one who told
At
Alicia.
least something.
Right,
Um,
yeah. And that is crazy.
and he
Okay,
was like,
if he die, just long as it ain't at the hand of your hand, that's what.
right, and he was like,
They
he
so
don't
fucking.
kill family.
Yeah,
They so young.
They don't kill. He don't kill family, and he said, and he the only person that know that he was the one who did it, but he not the only one that know.
no, exactly, because he told that girl, his girlfriend.
And then we like at the end, Alicia finds out she's pregnant.
Right, yes, he found out she's pregnant.
Alicia,
Not
Yeah,
Alicia,
she's pregnant.
Tiff.
Yeah,
Tiffany,
I
Tiffany.
mean
Oh,
Tiffany. Who? No,
yeah.
I'm saying Alicia.
I
Oh
like
Lord.
Alicia.
Her old self.
I know who you meant. I know who you meant. When you said Alicia.
I mean,
Yeah. It show said a plus sign on that pregnancy test on the sink. It said a plus sign. I saw it.
Yeah, she's pregnant, and that's a good thing. Alicia still have a piece of him, and Alicia's gonna be glad about that. And so Tiff ain't never got to worry about nothing because she's gonna always be protected. So
Hmm.
yeah, yeah, and
okay.
then you got
Y'all think anybody gonna get dropped on the next
It
I mean episode 2?
might be that
nah,
girl. It might be that girl.
probably not. I don't know. They kill somebody every episode.
That
You know,
girl.
so
That girl that know that he told that Nook when she booked
But
was the one shot her.
he don't know that
Then
Zay
he will.
told her.
Well,
yeah, that's gonna be a while probably for that
yeah.
to come out.
Oh,
So
you think
they're gonna
so?
drag this out
Yeah,
to the end of the
that's gonna
season. You
drag
right.
on. He
Hmm.
ain't he don't know. He just think that Bakari is the only one that know.
Yeah, yeah. Because yeah.
And do y'all know back when Nook had pulled that gun on Jake,
What do you
Bakari pulled the gun on Nook. Y'all remember that scene?
no. What? Yeah, it was in season 6.
I didn't see that. Y'all went.
It may have been in season 5,
Oh,
but
okay.
he pulled the gun on Nook.
Hmm.
No, can we go back for a minute? When he told him, he said, why did you ask him why he didn't kill Zay or whatever? He said, I can't kill family. Like, this
Mm.
man is,
So Kari talking,
and she better never do
telling
that shit to
Bakari,
me.
telling
Girl,
Bakari that Zay,
I ain't finna do that to nobody.
what's that?
But one
Uh,
person I can think of. Let me stop.
yeah.
Delete that.
You
Yeah.
crazy.
We don't promote violence on this channel.
We don't condone violence.
Yeah. Yeah. So again, you got Nook and what Bakari. I mean, Nook is telling Bakari that Zay is dead, and that he thinks that Alicia killed him.
Hmm?
And that's when they was talking about what you just said, Jordan, about he said
He
You
can't
can't kill
kill.
family, you know.
He said, "Why you just didn't kill him? Because I can't kill family." Like what, nigga?
Uh-huh.
God.
And then you got Alicia. I mean, you got where Victor's girlfriend wants to leave. You know, wants to leave. Victor's girlfriend want to leave him because of what's she leaving him for? Cause he's
Talking about because there's too many bodies being dropped.
yeah, yeah,
Mhm.
okay, yeah.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Yeah, too many bodies being dropped. Yeah.
I don't know, Niecy. I might got a cousin that do that to me.
But anyway, uh, okay, we're gonna so she can put the ending in where Tiff is crying and she finds out that she's pregnant with Rothschild.
She's sitting on
Okay.
the toilet too.
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought, you know what? I jumped in and started talking about it because I thought you was like, so what's our thoughts? We got anything else to say? I
Yeah,
thought
Mhm.
I was
we,
gonna do that after we talked about go through all the scenes and then but but anyway, that's it's all good. But that was just the ending of what I had on the end of the paper right here. You
and don't
know,
forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
yeah. And then you got not Victor. Well, we did that scene too, was where Emmett took the baby over there. Where Tiff took the baby over there and kissed on for him. Okay, now we can just talk about what y'all thinks and what your thoughts are about everything that's going on. What you think might happen or what you would like to see happen. So the floor is open.
What do you think? I hope not. I'm like the guy Mark Dark
Hmm.
that Bakari might get dropped off.
You
Hmm?
think so?
Yeah.
Well,
Why?
he know not to
It
cross.
can't, because he's a very important part right now. But go ahead.
Yeah.
Uh you
He,
know, it's
he
a
might.
lot of people done played a very important part.
Well, just him and that girl only want to know about what he did. You know
Yeah,
him.
but don't nobody know she know.
I thought
Well,
she
she
told. Did
said
she tell somebody?
Bakari. You didn't say Zay. She said Bakari. Yeah, well, yeah, you're right. Them two. But nobody's not. I don't think anybody going to be suspicious enough to look her way
Right.
unless something comes her way and get in her face. You know.
Until she find out that he got killed, she probably gonna question who did it.
Right. There you go. Yeah, I think that's what's going to happen too. They're not going to make her question, and then she going to start running her mouth and saying stuff like you
Mm-hmm.
said.
Mm-hmm.
Tell her
And she
daddy.
probably
Mm-hmm.
gonna tell her
Mm-hmm.
daddy, the
Mm-hmm.
preacher.
Hmm.
And the preacher gonna have something over Nook head.
Okay. Pretty is he.
That's my theory.
Yeah, that's what I feel too.
Shit. Not if
Yeah.
Nook get not if Nook find out first.
We
He
don't
go get her
promote
ass.
profanity on this. We don't
No,
condone
Joanne,
profanity
he
on
ain't
this.
gonna he not gonna find out first.
This.
Cause she not who she gonna talk to and tell.
Yeah,
Who
I don't know.
Papa? And her and Papa ain't really
What?
talking like that.
You don't want to tell Papa
Oh, he
because
dropped my
he'll
car.
tell it. Papa
I
tell
don't know. I don't
everything.
think so. I don't think so. Actually.
Yeah, so I don't
Hmm.
see how anyone can kind of
What?
drop
Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. Dang. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I forgot to mute.
conclusions. You know, in other words, I don't know how anybody can drop will come how she would come to their mind to think that she would have anything know anything. Not right now anyway, but like Lisa said, once she find out Zay is dead, then she gonna might start running her
Uh,
mouth, and who knows if she
yeah.
probably could tell her dad. But other than that, I don't see right now anybody being able to think that she had anything to do with it. I know anything for that matter.
All right. Because my phone is doing numbers.
Say what?
It's on 10.
What's on ten?
My phone.
Oh, oh, you might plug that thing up. So, what do you think once if Alicia find out about? Here's my theory on how I think that eventually, if that girl don't blow it out of the water, I feel like some kind of way that Bakari is going to tell it. That's what I think. He may
Or
tell
Nook
her.
might put the blame on Bakari. I don't know because if Nook find out that Alicia is the one that he got the scholarship from, it's gonna be a lot. It's yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot because he's not gonna like that because he feel like he's gonna be getting too close to her.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yep.
I just feel like he may be the one, but I don't see how Nook can put it on him. You done already told me it was A. Make up your mind. You know, that's gonna make her suspicious. You start throwing out other names and stuff like that. You
Mhm.
know.
Mhm.
She caught him with his drawers down because she should have shot him.
Yeah, she
He
should
didn't
have
have to
shot him.
die, you know. Just let him know she wasn't playing, and he could have been like, it was they," but she had already shot him, but he not dead, you know. But
Yeah,
it's
that's
not
right.
my storyline.
Yeah, but hey, that's what we're doing now, giving our thoughts and opinions, breaking it down, see what we think, what we would see like, what we would like to see happen, and maybe give the writer some points.
Yeah, and Nook might be the one who tried to shoot. Yep, that might be it. Nook
What?
might be the one who shoot Bakari, thinking
Oh,
Bakari was the
come
one
on.
who told, and it was the
Oh,
girl who
wow.
told.
Oh, wow. That's crazy.
Yeah,
That's
That's
and
my
yep,
real crazy.
theory. I
yep,
don't,
yep. That's a
that's my theory.
Okay.
I had to
Okay.
think about it, you know.
Mhm.
I agree with that. I can see that happening because he's jumping. He ain't trying. He don't think. He just killing. He just don't want. You know. He just want to stay on top.
Hmm.
He ain't gonna have nobody to rule over. I mean, you know.
No, he kill everybody because oh well, he got Alicia
Exactly.
to deal with. Alicia, and I don't know what Robin's gonna do because she just got up and walked off, and then you got I think when you say Bianca, she don't want to be part of it no more, so she wants out, and that's when she told her she didn't know what I don't want it. The lounge, she said she couldn't run a lounge and going through what she's going through. That's why I think once Tip get her mindset together, she may let Tip ask Tip to run the lounge, but I don't think Tiff need to be in that situation of being pregnant, but I don't, we have to see how. That's what I think. That's my thought on that. That she might ask her to run that lounge for her. But that girl, she getting up out of there. She said, I can't take no more. Oh no, I'm gone. I am gone. Victor's girlfriend. You think she gonna leave him?
Yeah.
I don't blame her though. I really don't. I mean, because that's the one. That ain't the one in the first season, is it? That don't look like her.
Nah, that's a different one. That's a different one.
Yeah, So
That other blue, like, yeah, yeah, yeah.
she say she can't. She don't want to deal with it. So you can't really blame her. Because you got too much crime around you, but that's just a lot. I wouldn't fool with none of them. Emmett, Nook, Kari,
Not even. They all twisted. They all
yeah,
twisted.
Jake, yeah,
They all twisted. They're
they
real
all.
twisted.
Hey, that's all of them. It's an accident waiting to happen. Anybody can get killed around them
So,
people.
I didn't realize that Gemma's daddy had a woman. I
Yeah,
Yeah,
didn't.
I
that was
told you Jim and Daddy go with the lady that was with Victor that they
Mm.
used for a decoy. The one
Oh,
that
okay.
side slept with.
yeah, yeah.
Mm,
Mm-hmm.
mm,
Yeah,
mm.
it's a lot. It's a lot to break down on that. And then you got something I was gonna
Was she
say.
going with him then? Huh?
Well,
Was she
Uh-uh.
with Gemma's
Uh-uh.
daddy?
Uh-uh. No.
Okay. That boy still seems so young. I don't know. I guess because he played Michael Jackson. Jason. I can't think of his first and last name.
yeah, I
You
can't
know,
think of his real name. Yeah.
I know his first name is Jason.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And we only just talked about that one episode, but it's a lot. It's a lot. They covered a lot in that one episode.
Hmm.
Yeah, cause they don't stay on one thing too long. They just go from this to that to that. A lot of TV
But it's
shows
all
they want.
connected though. It's
Yeah.
all connected.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. It's all connected. Yeah. And Victor told Shed. He said you need to keep your hands clean. Shed said, "Cause I don't want to go back to jail. Well, you hanging with the wrong person for somebody not to want to go back to jail." But I think long as he's in her corner, I think she gonna protect him, and he ain't
Yeah, because
scared
she
either.
got the judge in her corner.
Oh yeah, 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 in her pocket.
While he
Yeah,
talking junk, she the one got him off his case.
yeah, Mm-hmm. But I wonder whose funeral they're gonna have first, Duna's or Rob. They probably didn't show Duna's funeral because ain't nobody going. I don't even think Rob was going.
The hell, this shit, what the fuck
I
I
don't even
want?
think Rob was gonna go to the funeral. What y'all think? What she going? Well, what did she say when they said they were gonna plan the funeral? Did she say if she was gonna plan one or not? Hello?
Yeah.
No, I was saying, did she say rather she was
Yeah, my
gonna plan
phone
a
finna
funeral?
hang up, y'all.
Okay.
So I'm gonna
All
have to.
right.
Well, we're gonna end it right here anyway.
Okay
Like,
then.
comment, and subscribe. And I want to thank you, ladies, for
Okay.
coming and chatting with me.
Okay.
And y'all have a good day.
All right.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
Joanne, unless you want to got something else you want to say, then you can stay on.
No, cause I'm y'all your niece know about it more than I
More
did.
about it, we do. Okay.
Yeah, cause like I said, I just think that they're gonna find out that but you said that y'all think it's gonna play out with that girl with what's her name, Nook, as your book found out that girl, said that that she know.
Yeah, yeah.
But I didn't think about that, but will he kill that boy? You
Who
think?
knows? I don't know. He crazy. He'll kill anybody. He'll kill
I
anybody.
see.
That's
I
what I
see.
thought. He'll kill anybody because
That's why I say he'll kill that girl. He'll kill that girl if he finds.